Hi peeps, Joe here. I just wanted to make a little video and offer up a discussion specifically for the budo group. This will also be going up on the YouTube page for anybody who does want to watch it. But as with most of the stuff we do, it is primarily for Memori budo students and or friends of me who we like to train together and we understand what budo is. I wanted to offer up this point of discussion, which is, I think it's very important that we always sit down and consider why we train budo in the first place. Because obviously as we grow older and as we move forward, these reasons change. And it's important to recognise how they've changed and why they've changed and how you have changed and how your budo training has changed within all of that. So for me, the reason, there's many reasons why I first started training in budo. I've always had an affinity for it. I've always loved it. I've always wanted to train in karate or something as a kid. And then, for those of you who know my story, I started training in the Bujinkan in Chatswood in Sydney with Dion when I was 22, I think. And he's been my sensei ever since. One of the reasons why I started training there was because I felt an internal pull towards that school. I started training in many different schools, but his school was the one that I stuck with because that's the one where I felt like I was supposed to be. And over the years, my reasons for going back and back and back and back and back have changed and have grown with me as a martial artist. And I think it's really important that to maintain your own growth and your own level of maturity, you do need to sit down and reassess why it is that we continue to train and why it is that we continue to train with the people we choose to train with. For those of you who are my training buddies back in Australia, we've all had many opportunities to train with other people. Yet we still keep coming together year after year to have a hit and have some fun and play around. What is that? Why is that? Why do we do that? And when we ask these questions of ourselves, what we get is answers. Answers is knowledge, and when we have more knowledge and more information, we can make better decisions about what it is that we're doing and how it is that we're going. Particularly if we want to go on and be teachers or instructors, or if we're trying to teach our kids something, or even just for your own personal development. So I encourage you to sit down, have a good think about why it is that you start and why it is that you keep going. I started on a particular path there. I will share part of the reason, other than the fact that I'd always felt a particular affinity to go to training, is that I had been in a relationship with a particular person who actually would lash out physically towards me every now and then. 3 instances to be precise. And interestingly, everybody I ever fought with gets 3 chances, and the 3rd chance I'll hit you back. To be careless and to hit me without concern, or to be essentially violent towards me. And I can point to many times at training. I'm so sure some of you who've trained with me in the past might remember a time or two when maybe I've considered one of your hits and 2 of your hits were careless and without care, and then the 3rd one that came, I choose to hit back. And that's me and that's my habit. But that was one of the big motivators for me to start training. It was also, and is also, a big motivator for me to continue teaching self-defense. Because there are many people out there who do resort to violence and who do it habitually. And I think that we as martial artists have a responsibility to teach those around us that we don't have to put up with that kind of thing. That quite often, that 3rd chance, giving them 2 chances then a hit back, is 2 chances too many. Maybe we should never give people more than one opportunity. I don't know, I'm a forgiving person. But that's another motivator for me to continue training, continue doing what I do, and continue teaching. So I encourage you to look back, answer those questions, and then look now and answer the question of why do you continue to train? And, create discussion with me over it. Get involved. How about that? Yeah, so thank you very much for your attention, and we'll see you on the next video.